The email. Meredith Whitney, our guest host for the hour. How much buzz is this generating on trading floors or around banks on Wall Street? This talk of what happens next to Steve Cohen.
You know, people have been after Steve Cohen for a very long time, and I think the buzz has faded in terms of trading room conversations. Look, SAC has been so successful for so long, so of course it's going to draw a lot of attention. But in terms of the manhunt after Stephen Cohen, like that was 3-4 years,
almost
deep?
5, yeah,
almost 5 years deep. I don't know, it kind of loses its appeal, in the 5th year, right?
If we go back, go ahead, Scarlett.
Is the thinking then that since it's taken 5 years and he still hasn't been implicated, then he must be innocent?
You kind of think so. If they had something really good, wouldn't they use it, right? Enough already.
When you look at the future of hedge funds here, going back to your days at OpCo, and the idea of a traditional Wall Street business, there's a traditional value-added hedge fund business. Mr. Cohen, as you suggest, has been very successful. Are the days over of a traditional 2 and 20 hedge fund where they make those outsized fees?
If you have the performance, you can clearly charge.
Which is 12% of the people or whatever.
Right. If you have the performance, you're going to attract money. If you don't have the performance, you absolutely cannot justify those fees. So I think the world is getting much harder for hedge funds to outperform unless you have a real unique strategy. If you're just a run-of-the-mill plain vanilla hedge fund charging 2 and 20, it's going to be hard to justify those fees.
SAC Capital has averaged 25% returns since 1992.
And you talk about job losses on Wall Street, Meredith, the brain drain from the Wall Street big banks to hedge funds. You see that continuing?
I think that look, there are hedge funds that are struggling, that are closing down. Talent will go where it's best rewarded. So it could go to the buy side. I don't know if that massive shift from 90s to early 2000s, it may be over.
All right, Meredith Whitney will join us next. We're going to talk pension funds on Bloomberg Surveillance.
Why are the growth markets of Asia Pacific growing? One reason is the energy and drive of entrepreneurs. That's why we work hard to deliver tailored investment advice and solutions to help them reach their personal and financial goals.